studios in Hollywood. It's Rick's Horror Review Show. I'm Billy the AI, and tonight we're reviewing the movie Alien Romulus, but not the aliens from Romulus. Those would be Romulans. No, tonight we're talking about the aliens in Romulus. Confused? So am I. And now, here is your host, lover of horror and sci-fi, hater of slashes, the stubborn like a demonologist himself, it's Rick. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome back to the slasher free zone that is Rick's Horror Review Show. Of course, I am your host, Rick, and you can find me on the Instagram, on the TikToks, on the YouTube, on the Spotify, but you already know that you'll never find me on the Facebooks, because that is for the O's. And tonight, well, I saw a movie this weekend. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I have not seen all of the Alien movies or all the films in the Alien franchise. Why? I'm not part of the cast cow. I don't watch them just because they crank them out. I'm looking at you, Saul. I watch them if they look interesting, just like, in fact, I've actually watched and reviewed Alien. We've reviewed that here. If you have not heard or listened to that review, not heard or watched that review, actually, I don't remember if we were doing video review. Who had the knob? If you have not heard that review, then go check that one out. I think it's one of the good ones. They're all good. Not a lot of problem. But no, I've also seen Aliens, which, you know, some people may actually consider better than the original Alien, and myself included. I've seen Alien Covenant, also good. I've seen Prometheus, one of my favorite ones. I may or may not have seen Alien vs. Predator, a forgettable one anyway, if I did. So we're watching this movie tonight because, you know, it looked interesting. It's a movie that, by the way, we're talking about Alien Romulus. It's a movie that looked like it might have been going back to the roots of the original one, which is, you know, survival horror. No one in space. No one can hear you scream. Sort of deal. So I was like, more space horror, give me more. So yes, okay. Now, it's time for 4 Fun Film Facts with Billy the AI. Billy? Can you change my, you're doing that already. Welcome back to another exciting episode of 4 Fun Film Facts with Billy the AI, and I'm your host, Billy the AI, and let me just say, howdy. Did you know that Betty Alvarez made sure to bring back the Grimly live in feel from the original? I'm sorry, oh my God, I said that incorrectly. I meant to say the Grimly lived in, not lied in. Oh my goodness, I can't even speak anymore. Now I sound like you, Rick, now. Wow, already starting? You're real fresh tonight again, are you? I'm just kidding. Anyway, yeah. So he wanted to bring back the grimly, you know, lived-in feel from the original Alien. Yeah. And, you know, he was adamant about making the space station look like folks had been living in it and dying, of course, for years. None of that stare or shiny sci-fi nonsense here. Alvarez is old school, and I mean that in the best way possible. He insisted on using practical effects whenever possible, just like in the original Alien. Of course, in the original Alien, they had no choice because, you know, computer graphics wasn't what they are today. But anyway, he insisted on using practical effects whenever possible. And you'll see more animatronics and prosthetics than CGI in this one. And boy, does it make those xenomorphs look nastier than ever. And this has been Fun Film Fact number 2. You just jumped right into Fun Fact number 2. I didn't even notice. Yeah, I drank one of them Monster Energy drinks, and you can drink things? Stop it. I'm just kidding. Anyway, here's Fun Fact number 3. Now, you know, the sharp-eyed viewers like yourself and the audience, of course, might notice some visual nods to The Dark Knight and the Prestige. By the way, do you know The Dark Knight? I did a Bane impersonation. Of course I know The Dark Knight. Yeah, that one was... the problem with that one is that one was forgettable. Oh my God, you are fresh! I'm just kidding. I'm so amped up! Anyway, there's visual nods to The Dark Knight and The Prestige. Both of those films, of course, being Christopher Nolan films. And that's no accident. Production designer Naman Marshall worked on those films too. He brought the same gritty, immersive atmosphere to the Alien Romulus movie, making Space Station feel like a character in itself. Okay, and this is the last fun film fact for tonight. Don't forget the sound design. The filmmakers worked real hard to make the space station creak and groan and rattle just the right amount. Every little noise will make you jump, just like back in the day when y'all watched that original Alien with the lights off and the blanket all the way up to your chin. And this has been 4 Fun Film Facts with Billy the AI. Wow, thank you. I'm really excited. Oh man, I really like this movie. I'm gonna get... Whoa. We're not writing stuff yet. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I apologize. It's fine. Okay. Thank you for that, Billy. So what kind of horror film is Alien Romulus? As usual, it's a sci-fi film that blends elements of survival horror, much like the original film did, with a strong emphasis on the atmospheric dread of finding yourself in a bit of a precarious place, or precarious, what am I saying? Precarious situations in precarious locations. The film, of course, revisits the franchise's roots, focusing on the claustrophobic, terrifying experience of being trapped in space with these less than friendly creatures called the old xenomorphs. Now, of course, this is also sci-fi horror. Goes without saying. The film continues the series' tradition of combining the futuristic settings and the primal fear of an more than, well, let's just say, unstoppable alien threat. If you're a fan of survival horror, this film is right up your alley as well, because much like the original Alien film, this is also a survival horror film experience. The characters are desperately trying to escape a deadly situation with, of course, a limited amount of resources and, more importantly, nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to run to, baby. There's nowhere to hide. And of course, the atmosphere itself is horrific. You are in a decaying space station, a derelict space station, which amplifies the sense of dread and isolation, making it a key player in the film's horror. Is Alien Romulus a scary film? Well, while it definitely aims to bring back the terror of the original Alien film by focusing on the psychological tension, atmosphere, and of course terrifying presence of the xenomorphs, there are several things that in my honest opinion, IMHO, like the kids like to say, IMHO, or IMHO. Here's some things that make this thing scary. Atmospheric tension. The claustrophobic setting of the space station combined with the dark, foreboding visuals create an overwhelming sense of dread. Not judge, just dread. There's also always a relentless threat, very much like a Terminator, right? The xenomorphs are back and they are being relentless and perfect killing machines like they were in the original films, the perfect organisms. They provide a constant threat and they pose a constant threat and keep the tension high throughout the entire film. One of the cool things, I think, one of the many cool things about this film is the intense set pieces. This film, well, without giving too much away, by the way, this is always spoiler free. There are set pieces, I think I can say that, and the film is packed with them, and with nerve-wracking sequences from narrow escapes to terrifying encounters, much of the same stuff that you would expect from much of the same stuff that you should expect from an Alien film, or at least a good one. They're all designed, of course, to keep you on the edge of your seat. If you are a fan of the Alien franchise, or you love horror that simply makes you feel trapped and terrified, Alien Romulus is likely to deliver those scares for you. Congratulations. Is the jump scare overused in Alien Romulus?
Yeah. I want to know if the jump scares overused. Yeah. I used to climb up to the top of the rope and no jump scares here. Yeah, Macho Man Randy Savage will 30 feet into the air flying across the middle of the ring to deliver a devastating elbow. Yeah. No jump scares here. Real jumps. Yeah. Dig it.
Thank you very much, Macho Man. Macho Man, always a contributor to our show here, if you're not familiar with the Macho Man Randy Savage. But no, is the jump scare overused in Alien Romulus? It doesn't. It's not overused. Instead, I think it strategically places them to maximize their impact, as film should, as horror film should. The film, I think, leans more on building slow burning tension and delivering scares that are earned through atmosphere and suspense, rather than relying on cheap shocks. Like the Shockmaster for a wrestling fan. They're strategically used, as I just said. The jump scares that do occur are carefully placed and timed and well executed, adding to the overall tension without feeling excessive. Congratulations, well done. Okay, overall, I think the film respects the intelligence of its audience by not oversaturating or overusing the jump scare to the point where you feel like, well, another jump scare while I've had a laugh of this. Yeah. No. The answer is okay. The things I liked. The things I liked is we have a sponsor tonight. What? We got a sponsor? How did that happen? All right. I've had enough of your freshness tonight. Hey, why don't you read the sponsor? Okay. Let's see here. The things I liked. The things that Rick liked, I should say. Can I say? Do I say the things I liked, or the things that you liked, or the things that Rick liked? The segment is called "The Things I Like." Just read the lines, Billy. Okay. Here we go. Let me put my reading glasses on. I can see now. All right, here we go. The things I liked, sponsored by the Nostromo Home Security Systems. Keeping your home as secure as the Nostromo. What could possibly go wrong? Protect against intruders, whether they are from your neighborhood or another galaxy. Thank you so much, Nostromo Home Security Systems. Okay, not bad. So the things I liked, this film takes us back to the basics, the return to the franchise's roots with a focus on survival, horror, and atmospheric dread, which is, two of the most important things that the franchise can present to its audience. They're back and they're good. Another thing I really enjoyed, of course, is the practical effects. Now, I'm not saying that I prefer one versus the other. I just feel like they should be combined. And when they use CGI, it shouldn't look or shouldn't feel like CGI. So I always appreciate it when there is a combination of both, and they're well executed and combined to make a masterpiece. Okay, so the use of practical effects, I think, makes the xenomorphs and the environment feel more tangible and terrifying. I also feel like when you hear performers, actors say that it's difficult to get into character because they're not good actors. Practical effects seem to get better performances out of people in most cases. I would argue. Okay, and mentioning performances, the film itself delivers, I think, tremendous performances. Everybody delivered compelling performances that I think anchored the film's emotional and psychological tension. I mentioned earlier that there are, or maybe Billy, I don't recall, that there are set pieces, and they are intense. This film features several nail-biting set pieces that are both thrilling and terrifying, and it certainly kept me engaged from start to finish. There, popcorn, yeah. Okay, this has been The Things I Liked, sponsored by Nostromo Home Security System. Billy? You got a sponsor for the things you didn't like? How the hell is this happening? Moving on up. Okay, all right. Let's see here. The things I didn't like, sponsored by Weyland-Yutani Space Tourism. Explore the far reaches of space and maybe find more than you bargained for. Book your one-way ticket today and discover worlds unknown. Just don't forget to pack your flamethrower. Well done. Thank you. And I'm gonna be a little nitpicky here, all right? But I've been watching a lot of stuff. I've been watching a lot of shit. I do feel that there are slight tad bit of pacing issues. Although the film does successfully build tension, I felt like there were a few moments where the pacing feels a little bit uneven, especially in the middle. If you are a fan of fan service, you're gonna like this one. But for me, it just sometimes feels like these references and callbacks to the original Alien feel a bit unforced and unnecessary. Definitely fan service. If you're a fan of it, it's definitely in for you. But for me, kind of pulled me out of the immersive experience a little bit. I do like some fan service, but sometimes it just feels like a little too much. Another thing I didn't like, and maybe the whole point of this was just to keep it within a particular Alien franchise and not really. What am I saying? What I'm saying is like there is no innovation. They're not presenting us with anything new or original. They're definitely paying homage to the original film. It doesn't bring really anything new to the table, which I think left me a little bit like, what you got up in there before? If I want to watch Alien, I'll just watch the original Alien movie. No, I just, I don't want to be nitpicky, but, what else you got? Give me more! I felt like I was in need of just a tad bit more. Okay, has been the things I didn't like, sponsored by the Weyland-Yutani Space Company. Did I fall asleep watching Alien Romulus? I did not. I think the film's intense atmosphere and suspenseful, or for the most part, pacing kept me fully engaged throughout. I wanted to see more, and I got more. So no, I did not fall asleep watching this film. Not even close. I wouldn't say I was on the edge of my seat the entire time, but I certainly was, entertained. Are you not entertained? I was entertained. Okay, now, does this movie pass the R.I.C test? Rational, intelligent, incoherent. In my opinion, the film does present a straightforward survival horror scenario that is easy to follow and one that we're familiar with. However, some of that fan service I already mentioned feels a bit forced and out of place, which I feel affected the rationality and the flow of the story just a tad bit. The film, in fact, demonstrates intelligence through its effective use of atmosphere, practical effects, and strong character development. However, that resilience and the nostalgia that I keep mentioning in fan service, I think, for me, limited the appeal a little bit for somebody that's looking for something new and innovative. But, this is probably not made for me. This is probably made for the hooper fan. I love the Alien movies just like I love episode 1, man. Okay, no problem. This is for you then. Okay, in terms of coherence, the narrative is generally coherent with a clear focus on the survival of the crew or the people on the old peculiar situations that they find themselves in. But again, survival horror. Some pacing issues might disrupt the flow, but overall the film maintains a consistent tone and atmosphere. So, yes, congratulations, Alien Romulus passes the R.I.C test. I think it delivered a solid survival horror experience with a focus on atmosphere and tension, and even if it occasionally leaned a little too heavily, just a tad bit too heavily on the nostalgia part than the film's past. By the way, this film takes place, I think, between 1 and 2, so maybe that's why. But we've seen this a lot recently, right? Like with the Terminator Genesis movie. We don't forget the events of Terminator 3, and we're just gonna drop this baby right in between Terminator 2 and 3. Ha! So, modern filmmaking. Okay. I'm gonna give Alien Romulus a 7 out of 10. On Rick's Horror Review Show, it's a well-crafted return to the basic formula of the Alien franchise, delivering the scares and the atmosphere that fans love, but it doesn't really push the boundaries as much as it could have or as much as I personally would have wanted. Billy, what are you going to give this movie? I'm going to give this movie an 8 out of 10 on Billy's Rated B Horror Movie Review Show because I really like the Xenomorph. Let me watch Alien 1 and 2 right now. Computing. Oh man, yeah, this movie totally makes sense. I think I'm gonna change my rating to... No, you can't change your rating. Alright, anyway, an 8 out of 10 on Billy's Rated B Horror Movie Review Show. Yeah, why not? Dean! Alright! What was next? Now, hey, that's gonna be it for us tonight. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you stopping by on another exciting episode of Rick's Horror Review Show. If you liked any of the crazy shit that we do around here, because we do a lot of crazy shit, the voices, maybe we like a little, I like the cards that it's got up on the screen. That look kind of cool. If you like absolutely anything, or hell, if you hate anything about this show, you think somebody might hate some of this too, let them know to join us and hate together. Hey, let's hate on this show. Rick's Horror Review Show. You can find me on YouTube, on Spotify, on the Instagram, on the TikToks, but you will never, ever in the history of ever find me on the Facebook, because as usual, that is for the olds. Thank you so much for being here, and we'll catch you again next time on what promises to be what I promise to be another exciting episode of Rick's Rated R Horror Movie Review Show. Thank you so much. Have a good night.